must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No. Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
One of the really difficult things with unschooling is explaining it to people, like what it is and how it works and stuff like that. So I say all the time, there's learning in everything we do. We always think of learning as the academic elements of things, you know, reading, math, writing, scientific facts and historical facts, being able to recite, you know, just various information about various topics. That's school, that's learning, right? And if a child isn't able to do that, they're not learning. And we're allowing them to get behind.
Mark, you got it. I'm afraid if you don't come out here, you're gonna get left behind.
What did you mean, get left behind?
Oh my goodness, the whole behind thing. That's another thing. Another video for another day. But we allow them to get behind if they don't learn these facts at a young age. Unschooling is more than learning in that sense. Unschooling is about learning yourself. Unschooling is about looking inside yourself and finding what it is that brings you joy, what it is that makes you happy, what it is that you want to do with your life. What's the work that you want to put toward life? And then why you want to put that work toward life. And that's a very difficult journey.
Are we there yet?
No.
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 This last year of unschooling, one of the biggest things that I recognize is that it's actually not so much about the kids. It's actually about me. The whole time, it's me. So we're in this whole deschooling process. I've heard a few times where people say deschooling is basically the process of going to zero. So we have this built up idea of what school is, right? And education and how that plays in our life. Deschooling basically is stripping all that away. We're not going to use a structured setting and these traditional methods to teach things. All of that stripped away. It's not there, right? What I want you to focus on is what you want to do every day. So when you wake up every day, what brings you joy? Man, that seems like such an easy thing. I remember we asked the kids and it was like, I don't know, playground, I guess. Let's go to the playground. Then we go to the playground in South Florida in the summer and it's 1,000 degrees outside. We'll be passing out left and right. They realize, yeah, I don't want to go to the playground in the middle of the day. So what do you do now? Let's play a game. So you play a game and blah, blah, blah. And then you get tired of that game. Let's watch TV. Oh, I love Doc McStuffins. If I told you the number of shows my kids have watched, loved, borderline addicted to, and now they won't even turn them on anymore. I could just go through a list of all the shows that they did, that they loved, and that it was like everything that they wanted to watch. And now they don't even want to watch it. As an adult, it's even harder because my whole life I've been structured to think I need to provide for myself by having a skill. I need to make money to provide for my family. I need to be able to protect my family. And I need to be as dope as possible in the process with my clothes, my shoes, my car, my house, my physical fitness, all this, my hair. Oh God, no comment. Like all these things were like these focuses, right? And if I accomplished all these things, right? If I got skills and I made money and I protected my family and I looked good in the process, right? If I did all these things, then I would be happy and everything would be great. And you got to do these things by following these processes, right? You got to go to school, you got to make good grades and go to college. And then you go and you get this job and you make all this money and you make friends and then you get married and you buy this house and you find the next goals, the next things, the next things to check off that you're doing. So my whole life is surrounded by this idea of accomplishing and gathering stuff.
All right, I married a smart girl. I married the right girl, right? I went to med school right after college. I did what I was supposed to do. I checked the boxes.
And unschooling forces you to strip all that down. It's going to sound depressing. I'm actually a really happy person. I'm not depressed at all, by the way. The skills, what skills are important? Why are they important? So strip that away. The job, shoot, I ain't got no job. I'm over here like Tommy Strong.
Okay, look, man, Coco, don't worry about it, all right? Man, look, If you can't find any work, I'll put in a good word for you at my job, man. You ain't got no job, man!
So that's stripped away. Protecting my family, it's like, am I? I don't know. If you're not providing for your family, are you protecting them? Am I putting them in an uncomfortable position? Am I putting my wife, who is the main earner right now, am I putting her in an uncomfortable position? These are all things that you're thinking about, right? And then, am I carrying this appearance where everybody looks at me, and am I driving the right car, and does my life look like this certain way? So, you know, I do these videos, right? And I've done a bunch of different types of videos because I actually really enjoy the editing part. That's the main thing I love doing. I actually don't like this part, by the way, but I love the editing part. And so I've done a bunch of different types of videos. You know, I was making a lot of these, I call them homeschool highlights. So I was making a lot of these homeschool highlights where it's like showing all the fun and amazing things we're doing with homeschooling. And we're going to this museum, and we're going to this beach, and we're going here, and we're going there, and doing all these fun things because it's all this learning. Yeah. And I was like, who am I doing this for? Am I doing this for me? Or am I doing this for other people to look at our lives and be like, oh man, your lives are so amazing? Literally, one of the comments I got one day was, oh man, I wish we were neighbors.
Winkle, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Are you our new neighbors? We're your new neighbors.
My sisters would say, oh, I want to go to a BlackDad field trip. And it was like, yeah, you know, we have a life that people are looking at, and it's, and then I was like, I don't want these videos to be about that. I don't want it to be for this gratification of, to make me look better than I actually am. Because a lot of the days we're not doing super fun stuff like that. Most days we're just home chilling, playing a game, watching TV, reading books or something. And even that, I know they're adding to reading books. It makes it seem like, oh, well, there's educational. It's like, I almost don't even want to say it, but I mean, that's what we're doing. I got to be honest, right? When we're going back to zero, we're stripping everything down and really looking inside. You recognize and start to grasp the things that are important to you, the things that you really want to do to make you happy. Going back to that original question, what do I want to wake up and do in the morning? Unschooling and deschooling, this whole process really puts a lot of pressure on you. What I mean by that is, when I was working and I was teaching in the classroom and doing all these different things, and I was coaching on the side, and my life was really busy, right? You know, and the family stuff, and there weren't many seconds in a day. You get that brief moment, you know, kind of relaxing in your bed. It's like, man, I wish I could work out more. You know, if I had more time, I'll work out and I'll be like The Rock. You know what I mean? I'll work out and I'll be like, you know, like Mark Wahlberg. You know, you hear these stories like, oh, they wake up, you know, 4 a.m, 5 a.m, start working out, blah, blah, blah. And I was setting my timer early, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to work out and blah, blah, blah. You hear stories like, oh, you know, 5 at 5, wake up at 5 a.m, run 5 miles. Like, I don't want to do that, man. No. Like, I want to be healthy, but I don't know. I don't want to do that. But then you look and it's like, now I don't have an excuse anymore. If my body doesn't look the way I want it to look, it's because of me, not because of a lack of time or resources. It's because of me. You start looking at a lot of things in life like that, through that lens. You know, some of your failures or shortcomings, the things that you can control, but you're not. I'm not going to say I'm sad, but it gets dark though. Because you kind of feel a little lost, right? I was talking to someone recently and they were saying, you know, you feel like you're a compass and you're like spinning. Something was said like, doesn't that happen when you're on the North Pole? When you're on the top of the world, your compass spins. So if I'm in a place where I'm in the top of my world, now my compass is spinning, so where do I go from here? And that's the tough part, to answer that question. Where do you go from here? You literally can go anywhere. You're in the top of where you want to be. Where do you go? And that's what unschooling does. That's the learning that happens every day. You're digging into these deep psychological and emotional things within you. Now my children get a chance to do that for themselves before they turn 40 years old. Their children get to witness their father doing this going through this journey of figuring himself out, figuring out what brings him joy, living a joyful life. Now that I've gone to this place where I've stripped all the way down, and I've gone to this place where it's like, I'm in the top of where I want to be. I'm in the top of my world, and my compass is spinning. Which direction do I go? And I feel like I'm just starting. Like literally, this is why I didn't want to do this video, because I didn't really have a grasp on stuff, man. But I feel like I'm just starting to figure out what Jay Williams wants to do.